But you made it thus far.
Yes.
By faith.
Yes.
We thank God immensely for what He's done and what He's doing in our lives.
Yes.
I rose this morning for a particular reason. Some of you have come because I mentioned last week that we're going to sit the steward board for this conference year. So some have come to see what the makeup of the steward board will be.
Amen.
Some have exaggerated and said that the pastor said there's going to be a whole bunch of changes. But I want to go on record for those who got it wrong.
Yes. Got it.
And I said there's going to be some changes.
Yes.
I didn't say that there was going to be a whole lot of changes. And there will be change.
Yes.
And I recognize that. And that brings me to this point, this juncture in our service this morning.
Yes.
I believe when a man or a woman has done good, you don't wait until they're stretched out in front of somebody's altar.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
Or they're rolling down the aisle.
Yes.
You don't stand by the bedside. When breath is about to leave their body,
Oh, yeah.
you give them their flowers
Yes, sir.
while yet they live.
Yes.
And most of all, while they can see them and they can enjoy them.
Yes.
Several weeks ago, the one that I speak in reference to came and met with me. That's the way to conduct business.
Amen. Amen.
Came with dignity
Yes.
and with respect,
Yes.
and met with me
Yes.
and told me that the Lord had visited with them
Yes.
and told them that it was time to take a seat.
Amen.
And all I could say, and they will tell you what I say, servant of God, well done.
Amen.
I don't question God. When God speaks, we ought to shut up sometimes.
Amen.
It's not mine to question him over why. That ain't none of my business. It's not any of your business.
Amen.
But the servant came and spoke to me. And I said, if that's what you feel and you know that the Lord has said to you, that his will be done.
Amen.
Many years ago, the late Reverend Dr. Daniel Simmons,
Yes. Amen. Amen.
God bless his soul,
Yes. Yes, Lord. Yes.
looked in the pew. He said that we need a lay leader. And he met with this person
Yes.
and asked him to stand and be a leader in God's church.
Amen.
And he consented. Nearly 8 years ago, when I came to Friendship, there in Florence, South Carolina, in the Civic Center, I was met by a delegation. And at the head of the delegation was this person. As I came off of the stage, after receiving the assignment, their hand was the first hand I shook.
Amen.
Met me at the lower level of the steps and told me who they were and their role in leadership in this community. A few weeks later, we journeyed together to Atlanta, Georgia. And while there, I was introduced to my predecessor, actually two of my predecessors, one of which we sat together during the worship service. And both of these men of integrity, both of these gentlemen said to me, you have someone there that you can trust. You have someone that will stand by you.
Amen.
A few weeks later, a few months later actually, probably about 4 months, 5 months later, I was in Florence for the mid-year convocation. And another one of my former predecessors said to us, because this person was with us, that this is the person you can trust. Pastoring is a lonely thing.
Amen.
You stand by yourself a whole lot.
Amen.
There are a lot of accusatories that go with pastoring.
Amen.
And it is quite troublesome sometimes, especially when you're standing and all the darts are coming at you. And you know you've done nobody wrong.
Amen.
But it is refreshing. It is encouraging when you know that you stand and you don't stand alone.
Amen.
In my life, in my ministry, I've experienced a whole bunch of highs. But I've experienced some lows as well.
Amen.
I've been in a season of lows here at Friendship.
Yes. Yes.
I've had my character
Yes.
questioned.
Yes.
I've had every kind of dark thrown at me
Yes.
in the name of the Lord.
Yes.
And I've been in places where I questioned, why did you come to South Carolina? You're not wanted here. I questioned that. And honestly, sometimes I still do. I had a good life, so I thought. But in the midst of my trials and tribulations,
Yes.
this person has stood by me.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about.
Amen.
And I thank you, Major.
Yes.
I thank you for being American. I thank you for being a friend.
Yes.
When I had nowhere to go,
Yes.
you gave me a place to go.
Yes.
And I will forever remember that. I know that I've not been popular to stand beside. I'm outspoken. I'm sometimes brash. And I'm direct.
Yes.
And I know that's made you uncomfortable from time to time. But you stood by me.
Yes.
And I thank you. Not only have you stood by me, but you have stood by friendship.
Yes.
So many. So many don't understand, have not seen, have not witnessed the work. Things would get done. You would do it, say nothing about it, and move on. You stood by this church community. You represented this church. Fact of the matter, at times you were the church. To say this, servant of God, servant of God. Well done. Sergeant at Arms, Brother Carlton Edwards, and Brother Alfred Reed.